Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leticia Johnson, and welcome to this webinar today with Coffee with Access Bank. I would just like to state some housekeeping rules before we begin. Please remember to keep your audio on mute, your camera off, and I would like to let you all know that this webinar will be recorded. After you fill out the evaluation form, we will be sending the PowerPoint presentation on PDF, and we will also be sharing the webinar recording. Thank you so much. I would like to start off by, let me just change the slide there. There we go. I'd like to start off by introducing SheTrades and SheTrades Invest. SheTrades is an initiative under the International Trade Center to connect 3 million women entrepreneurs to markets by 2021. And under the SheTrades initiative, we have the investment arm, which is called SheTrades Invest. SheTrades Invest connects eligible women entrepreneurs with the right impact investors or financiers and at the same time, we help them become investment ready. With us in the SheTrades Invest team and Zambian team, we have Anna Mori, who is our project and partnership manager, myself, who I'm the project coordinator and in the forefront of SheTrades Invest. We have our access to finance expert, Marco Aletti, and our communication expert, Nina Jason. In addition, we have our ITC national coordinator for Zambia, Shileshi Mwamba, and she will be elaborating a bit more on the SheTrades Zambia project. Shileshi, would you like to expand on the project in Zambia?
Yes. Welcome to you all and thank you for tuning in. Leticia, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Welcome to you all. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're well and you have your coffee and your teacups with you. I am Shileshi Mwamba, the National Coordinator for the SheTrades Zambia project. SheTrades is a global initiative that aims to connect 3 million women-owned businesses to markets by 2021, and we're present in more than 30 countries. Here in Zambia, SheTrades Zambia is implemented by the International Trade Center, and we work in close collaboration with the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, as well as the Zambia Development Agency. We are funded by the Enhanced Integrated Framework, the EIF. You can feel free to contact us at the Zambia Development Agency, room 105. And through the SheTrades, we find innovative ways to support women, especially through finance. Leticia, should I go into the introductions? Or?
Hi, Shileshi. Yes, if you're done with the introduction of SheTrades Zambia, we can go on and introduce our speakers for today.
Thank you. So I would like to recognize and thank Access Bank for the willingness and participation in today's webinar, as well as the dedication in providing inclusive and targeted financial products. Therefore, I'd like to introduce today's special guests. We have Oluwasegun Kutuye. He is a self-driven, passionate, ambitious professional with sound working knowledge and experience in areas including banking, finance, business development, international trade, and management. Prior to his appointment as Executive Director of Business Development for Access Bank Zambia Limited, Oluwasegun served in various capacities at Access Bank in Nigeria, spearheading various initiatives that drove business growth for their bank and her clientele. He's a chartered banker with 12 years banking experience. He holds an MBA in international business from the University of Liverpool, a chartered banker with an MBA from Bangor University, Wales, and has attended management programs and tradings at Harvard Business School, Wharton School, University of Pennsylvania, and IMD Business School in Switzerland. He's a member of Institute of International Finance, IIF, Future Leaders Program. He's continued to build capacities around various business development for corporate clientele across various industries and sectors, which include general commerce, transportation, trading, construction, oil and gas, manufacturing, telecoms, and agriculture. I would also like to acknowledge a colleague and a driver of the W Initiative, Ilan Halawa. Ilan Halawa is a team lead for the women banking at Access Bank since 2019. She holds
Sorry, everyone. I kindly ask for you to please keep your mics on mute in order for the session to run smoothly. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce Ilan Halawa. She's a team lead for women banking at Access Bank Zambia since 2019. She holds a bachelor's degree in business studies with honors in marketing. She's also certified in diplomatic practice, protocol, and public relations. She's passionate about women empowerment and supporting growth of small businesses. Please give the speakers a warm welcome in the chat box. And without further ado, I'd like to invite Ilan Halawa to present Access Bank and the W Initiative. Thank you, Ilan.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Chileshe, for that introduction. Could you just kindly confirm if everyone can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly, Ilan. Thank you.
All right, great. So I'll go straight into introducing what the W Initiative is. So the W Initiative has been alive in Access Bank since the year 2015, when we had our first launch. However, the aggressive drive towards empowering female run and female owned businesses has been going on since early 2019. So what is the W Initiative? The W Initiative is pretty much the home of everything that Access Bank has to offer for women. This is done by providing information and product solutions that meet financial and lifestyle needs of the woman. The W Initiative is specifically positioned to inspire, connect, and empower women, speaking to the innate strength of a woman. So within the W Initiative, we have three main segments. The first one being that of the young professional. So this is a young woman who is professionally qualified in full-time employment and probably even runs a part-time business. She's a career-focused young woman, and she's looking to grow both in her profession and in her business. The second one is the women with family. So this segment is for the woman who is well-learned, professionally qualified, and a career woman. She too is either in full-time employment, and managing a small business either at home or on a part-time basis. The third one, this is the woman in business. So the woman in business owns at least 51% of the shareholding of a business. Alternatively, the woman in business can also be a woman that controls the financial decisions of an organization that is under her management. She's responsible for the business affairs and the financial decisions of the business. So now coming down to what the value proposition of the W Initiative is. This speaks to, like I mentioned earlier, our three product bundles of the young professional, the woman with family, and the woman in business. Under these three product bundles, our value proposition provides a mentor-mentee program for the young professionals that are looking to grow their career or businesses in a structured manner. The next one that we have is the W Power Loan. So the W Power Loan is a financing product providing support to women-owned or women-run businesses. And then the next one is the maternal health service support. This is a bespoke financing solution for maternal health needs. So these needs range from fertility treatments, neonatal care, and related procedures. And just to supplement these, we also have our W Awards, where we celebrate and recognize female achievers in our society, and also our W Community, which are social platforms that provide for networking and linkages to markets for the women in business. So I'll speak a little bit about our two main products. The first one being the Maternal Health Support Scheme. So this one is the first of its kind in Zambia, where we're providing financing solutions for fertility treatments, child delivery, and related procedures, like I mentioned before. Briefly speaking about who can qualify for this product, the first would be a woman who wants to undergo a procedure or child delivery or specialized procedures. If this woman is unable to provide, to meet the criteria to qualify for this facility, she can then be sponsored by a man who would want to support his wife or to undertake this treatment or procedure. This is also available to third-party sponsors in the case where both the man and the woman, that is the husband and wife, are unable to meet the criteria for qualification. A third-party sponsor would be a family member, such as a sibling or an in-law, who would like to support them, meet the criteria, and allow them to undergo these procedures. So that's for the Maternal Health Support Scheme. So for now, I'm just speaking really briefly on these. For anyone who's interested in getting more information on this, feel free to just drop a comment in the chat box, and I'll be able to share my contact details with you, and then we can pick this conversation up later in a one-on-one basis. So the next flagship product is the W Power Loan. So who is the W Power Loan for? This is for women in business, either owning or running the business affairs. So if they're owning it, like I mentioned earlier, it has to be at least 51% female ownership. So these are women that are ready for financing that this product is specifically tailored for. The key sectors under the W Power Loan include manufacturing, information technology, healthcare, hospitality and tourism, catering and eateries, beauty and wellness, education and fashion. These sectors are just some of the key sectors. Note that you are not limited. Everything is done on case-by-case basis. So even if your business falls outside these categories, please feel free to reach out to us, then we can have a discussion from there. So the use of the W Power Loan is for expanding operations, working capital requirements, acquisition of fixed and capital assets. So like I mentioned with the MHSS, anyone who's looking for more information on this, please feel free to reach out, and then we'll get in touch with you and pick up the conversation. So that is my brief introduction on what the W initiative is all about. Chileshe, I'll hand over back to you. Thank you.
This is very insightful information, Ilan, and thank you, Ilan, for sharing us this information on the W initiative, which brings us to the next segment in our presentation. A good road trip can be an unpleasant one if a driver is unprepared, or if the vehicle is not roadworthy. Also, if you haven't had enough time for the journey and you have underestimated the steep hills, the gravel roads, you won't arrive at their destination as intentionally intended. Oluwasegun is here to explain how to make a finance and investment road trip an enjoyable one. There are some steps that we need to take in preparation. What are the things that we must consider? What are the things that we must do before accessing financial services and products? What is the information you need? So please welcome our special guest speaker, Executive Director Oluwasegun Kutei. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Chilesa, for the introduction, and big thanks to SheTrades for putting this together. And a warm welcome to our entire audience. It's good to have you here on this platform. I hope we are all keeping safe during this period. My name is Shegun Koteyi. I'm the Executive Director for Business Development at Access Bank. And today I will be sharing with you information and tips on how to prepare your business for financial investment. And basically, the crux of the conversation today will be looking into what you need to do as a business owner to scale and take your business to the next level. Looking at my presentation outline, I will be discussing and looking into areas of the reasons for starting a business. We'll look at the sources of business capital. We'll look at the basic requirements for starting and growing your business. And then we look at the fundamentals of business management. Since program is being run by SheTrades, we will then take a deep dive into the basic challenges that women in business face. And we will have conversations around how Access Bank is supporting and partnering women to ensure their business grows. So I believe we can go into the crux of this conversation. Clearly, for you to start a business, you require passion. And it is one of the key ingredients for running a successful business. However, passion is just not enough to start and run a business. You must also have the required knowledge, you must have the required skill, and you must have a proper understanding of business planning, of strategy, of finance, and marketing. It is clear that women in business are not in business to play. Look at the entire Zambian population. About 50% of the population in Zambia is female, and about 49% of this population are in the informal sector, meaning they are running their own business, while 27% are in paid employment. What we as financial institutions have found out is women are more diligent when it comes to running their business and when it comes to managing their finances. One of the realities we've discovered is that when a woman is into business, 90% of the income that is generated from that business is reinvested back into the business or used for the purpose of health, education, nutrition, family, and community support. This is unlike 40% of their male counterparts. It is therefore clear to us as a financial institution that supporting women in business is a critical part of ensuring we support the economic growth of the Zambian population and of Africa as a whole. We will take a look at the major reasons why people start a business. The first reason people start a business is basically for survival. So you need to meet your daily needs, the needs for food, the need for shelter, the need for clothing. This is the first and primary reason people start a business, for basic survival. The second reason people start business is for time and flexibility. You need more time for family, you need more time for social life, you need more time for other aspirations. You're going to start in the business because you're not ready for the hustle of the 9-to-5 job. Another reason why people start business is for financial independence. You don't want to rely on any third party for your personal needs, for your survival, to put food on your table. Yes, you're going to start in a business. The fourth reason is out of passion, and we can see that in a lot of millennials today. There are several types of businesses that did not exist 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. And these new business ventures are beginning to crop up because it is born out of passion. The fifth reason for starting a business that I will mention is because you have a vision. You have a vision of contributing to the economy. You have a vision of creating jobs. You have a vision of leaving something that will outlast you. You have a vision to leave something for your kids. And I think one of the things we need to do as business owners, as women in business, is to transit from running our business from a survival mode to running our business as a vision, as a calling that will outlive us and that will impact the economy. So I'll basically be speaking to us today on how we can raise the required financial investments that will help our business scale and move it from just being a means of survival to a visionary business model where you are able to add to the economy and leave something that would outlive you. But first of all, before you can start a business, you need what we call capital. What is capital? Capital is simply money or an asset that is held in deposit as a source of finance. Capital can be in the form of cash, which is liquid, and it can be in form of an asset. Assets could be either an equipment, it could be land, it could be a place. As long as it's being channeled towards the business, it is business capital. Now, there are two main sources and two main categories of raising business capital. The first is through debt, and the second is through equity. And the next 5 items I'll be talking about either fall within a debt type of financing or an equity type of financing. Now, what is the first source any business owner is expected to have when raising capital? It's basically personal savings and investments. We all know that starting a business venture is risky. You can never really tell whether the business will succeed or fail, even if you have the basic fundamentals in place. The expectation is that as a business owner who is going into a new business venture, you are expected to have your skin in the game. You are expected to bring something to the table. And this is what anybody, either an investor, a bank, a financing house, or even friends and family, will be looking out for. They will want to know, how much skin do you have in this game? If you truly believe in this business venture, if you truly believe in the idea you're trying to sell, what have you put in? Have you put in your own cash, or have you provided some form of assets that will drive the business? So personal savings is the first method of raising business capital. The second is through family and friends. And this can be either as a loan that needs to be repaid as principal only, or sometimes come with some form of interest. Then we'll go into debt financing. And debt is basically raising money from either a finance house, individuals, or corporates, with the understanding that the principal is going to be repaid at an agreed time, at an agreed frequency, with interest. Now, the thing about raising debt is that it requires understanding and proper financial planning, because the expectation is whatever you're raising the debt for should be able to generate sufficient cash flows that will ensure both principal and interest is repaid. So the critical thing about debt is it must and has to be repaid. The fourth source of business capital is equity. And basically, equity is funds received into your business for part ownership. And equity can be raised either with friends, with family, with investors. The whole idea about equity is that you are ceding ownership, part ownership of the business to the equity provider in exchange for dividends or return. I will then speak about angel investors and then venture capitalists. And these are usually high net worth individuals or a group of corporate bodies who invest in startup companies by providing initial startup capital and helping that business to grow and scale. One of the things you see in venture capital is that they try to support business that have high growth potential or have demonstrated high growth in the past. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of raising business capital, either through equity or debt? When you're raising business capital through debt, the expectation is that principal and interest must be repaid. So you then have to factor this repayment in your business cash flows. For in the case of equity, what happens is that you are diluting ownership, and decision making cannot be solely yours to make. You have to carry the equity investors along. Also, for equity, the equity investors have a claim on the future profits of the business. And it is the responsibility of the business owner to make regular updates to the shareholders and to the investors and carry them along. However, in the case of equity, the principal amount doesn't have to be repaid necessarily, depending on the type of equity arrangement you've gone into. So sometimes with an equity investment, if the business does well or if the business goes under, you will not be required to make provision for the principal. So it somewhat eases the financial burden. However, in the case of debt, whether the business succeeds or not, you are expected to repay the debt. One of the other constraints in terms of raising capital through debt is that you would often require to put some form of collateral in place. However, in the place of equity, what you need is a sound business idea. So I'll move on to the next slide. So, and this basically speaks to the basic requirements for starting and growing your business. I know a number of us here have started our business and we are looking to scale. A number of us are also looking at starting a new business venture. And these basic guidelines would give you some insights as to what is expected. So the first rule in starting and growing your business is that you need to understand what you're going into. You need to do your research. You need to understand what is it that I want to go into, who wants this product or service, where are they located, is there existing competition in the market, what is going to be my unique selling point. So you need to do your research. A lot of businesses fail because they don't do the required research. You just hear that, oh, my friend started this business and is making tons of money. I want to start it as well. The second step is that you have to have a business plan. And a business plan is basically a blueprint to guide your business from the startup phase through to establishment and eventually growth. If you're looking for support from an investor or a bank, it is very, very important that you have a business plan in place. And this is one of the areas where we see a lot of SMEs are lacking. They do not have a business plan. The next thing is you need to plan your finances, which is you need to know and plan your recurring expenses and your one-time costs. You need to choose your business structure. Are you going to register it as a sole proprietorship or as a partnership business? Then you need to register your business. But at the start, you might not have the funds to register. But one thing I must say is very, very important as you start a business, you separate your finances in the business from your personal account. So even if you are not registering your business, it is important that you have a separate account where all the cash flows of the business sits. Then you need to get the required licenses, you keep your record, then you need to promote your business. Next slide, please. Okay, so what are the fundamentals of managing a business? Because once you start a business, you must then be able to manage it. The first is people. And we know that people are an asset to an organization. They are the engine room of any business. Once you've decided on your business structure, you might not be able to run your business on your own. You need to bring in people to do the marketing, people to do the sales, people to run the show whilst you are not available. You must know how to manage people, how to inspire people, how to hire, and how to communicate. The second thing in business management is operations. What type of supply chain, what type of distributor model are you putting in place? What will be your sales strategy? Will you be selling on credit? Will you be buying on credit? What type of operational model are you going will best suit your business? The third thing will be accounting. And you need to be able to read, you need to be able to analyze, and you need to be able to prepare financial statements. And one of the things we do at Access Bank is to support people in business, and we have various templates and models which we will share with SheTrades to further share with you that will help you do basic and simple accounting. The fourth is that you need to have a strategy in place. You need to know how will your business compete. Who are your competitors? What is the competitive advantage? How do you adapt to a change in the business environment? 2020 has brought a significant change in how business is done, and only business who are able to quickly adapt can survive. The fifth item on the business management is finance. You need to know how to manage your finance. And this comes to how you model your business, how you plan your cash flows. The sixth item is marketing. And marketing is totally different from advertising. The thing about marketing is you must be able to identify and interact with your customers. You must be on top of their changing needs, and you must be able to deliver a strong value proposition that takes you and keeps you ahead of the curve. Now, when you're preparing your business to scale, you cannot plan on growing your business if you are not managing it properly. The only way you can grow and scale is if the little thing you're running currently is being managed properly. A business can only grow if it shows potential. And the only way you can give your business potential is by planning. Harnessing that potential can only be achieved through proper business management as well as flawless execution. There's a need when you're planning to grow your business, you identify your customer base and see how you can grow this customer base, see how you can widen your reach. And there are various platforms on growing your business. We know that social media is a very, very, very powerful tool that has helped a lot of business to scale. And it's important that you identify your customers that can be reached through social media and use this to also scale your business. It is also important that even as your business starts to grow, you retain and plow back some of the profits and income you're making into the business in the event that unforeseen circumstances occur. Next slide, please. So, what are some of the challenges faced by women in business? The first is financial literacy, and that is one of the reasons why we are going through this engagement today. We need to be financially literate. We need to understand the concept of debt and equity, and I think that's the major crux of this presentation. You don't approach a bank, you don't approach a person and say you want a loan just because you need money in the business. You need to understand that this loan has to be repaid. You need to understand the type of cash flows your business can generate. And if the interest component of the loan is lower than your profit margin, if the interest component of the loan is higher than your profit margin, then you would likely be making a loss. Debt structuring is very, very critical. And one of the things we do at Access Bank is to sit down with you, look at your business, and help you structure the debt in a manner that will suit you long term. And if also you have the avenue to raise equity, this is an area business owners need to start exploring. You need to be able to raise equity from friends, from family, from high net worth individuals, and from basically corporates who invest in businesses. And the only way you can raise this equity is by having a proper business plan and being able to sell your idea, looking at the risk and mitigants, and putting necessary infrastructure in place to ensure your business is able to stand the terms of the times. The second challenge women face is social expectations. So as a woman, you're expected to be a mother, you're expected to be a wife, you're expected to take care of the home. So there's a lot of significant pressure for women who are in business. We also have gender stereotypes. We see that in the C-suite, men are usually dominant, and it's somewhat in the African context frowned upon when a woman is in the forefront. So gender stereotypes is one of the challenges that women face. Access to finance as well. A lot of women are not able to access loans, and that is one of the reasons we at Access Bank have created a specialized product to support women at every stage in their life. We also have unfavorable business environments. And lastly, we have self-doubt. A lot of women doubt their capacity to grow their business. And that is why sometimes they leave it at the rudimentary levels. However, women have significant ability and potential to scale and grow their business. As I earlier highlighted, women tend to manage their finances and tend to manage business better than men based on research. And all they need is that required financial support to give them that push. I'll speak to what Access Bank is doing to support women in the next slide. So at Access Bank, we have what you call the W community. And what the W community does is to give businesswomen access to markets. We have family-focused forums. We have mentoring and coaching sessions. And we have lifestyle and networking events in the W community. So I'll encourage everyone in this webinar to please join the W community and see what our Access Bank can support. The second thing we do in supporting women in business is we have specialized products and services, as I had earlier mentioned and my colleague Ellen alluded to in our earlier presentation. We have the early savers accounts that helps the girl child to save. We have the solo account that helps the young lady in the university who has a passion to start saving towards our business. We have the W Power Loan, and we have the maternal health support scheme, which basically helps women who are finding it difficult in having their own families or bearing their own children. At Access Bank, we also offer business advisory and empowerment. We offer financial literacy workshops, we offer career development cinemas, and we do quarterly business clinics. We also extend this to the family by offering internship to qualified children for them to come and work at the bank for a specific period whilst they're in school. In terms of access to finance, we offer the W Power Loan, and the W Power Loan, same as the MHSS, are loans that are given at below the market rate in order to encourage women in business. We offer bonds and guarantees. We offer working capital, asset finance, import and export finance. And we not only offer you this financing, but we guide you through the entire process on how these funds should be applied towards your business and how you can use it and leverage on financing to generate additional cash flows. The last but not the least, we also help in digitizing your business. We create digital solutions that help improve your product awareness. We have online payment solutions. We have payroll management. We have WhatsApp banking. Now, almost everybody is on social media, and we see that social media is a way of growing your business. So we've come up with WhatsApp banking that helps you to reach out to your various clients and also carry out your business transaction. And we not only talk at Access Bank, we back this with action. And that is why Access Bank has come up with the pitch a tone, which I'll show in my next slide. So at Access Bank, we've launched the Womenpreneur Pitch a Tone. And what this is, it's designed to give female business owners across Africa an opportunity to have access to finance and world-class business training. It's going to run for 8 weeks. It's a campaign running from 8 weeks that started on the 22nd of July and will run up to the 14th of August. The target audience include women between the ages of 18 to 40 years that have been running the business for the last 1 year, and they operate within the sectors of beauty, agriculture, health, fashion, technology, tourism, education, catering, and manufacturing. And at the end of this campaign, what we will be doing is we'll be giving you access for a mini MBA from the IFC and a grant of up to 235,000 kwacha for you to start your business and for you to scale your business. So at Access Bank, we not only talk, we back our talk with actions. This brings me to the end of my presentation, and we'll be open to take questions and answer some of the areas where you need clarifications or clarity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is very. Can you hear me well? Hello? Okay, perfect. So thank you so much for this. This is very insightful, and you really elaborated on very crucial points of why is it that businesses, women start businesses, and you've also touched upon the confidence of business and how, most importantly, there are financial institutions that can support women to grow their businesses above all. And I like that Access Bank really thinks about the holistic form of women, not just their business, but also, for example, the maternity option that they have. And also, you know, with the Women Entrepreneur Pitch-a-thon. So Access Bank is really, in a very dynamic way, engaging with women to support them, because you can't support women only with businesses, but there are other things as a woman as well in our lives that affect us, that affect the business. And really, thank you so much, Access Bank, for the great presentation today. To everyone, please use the chat box to ask questions. Take this opportunity to clarify anything that you need to clarify. We have experts in the house. And Sheleshi, I would like to turn this over to you if you have any comments.
Yes, Letitia, thank you for the opportunity for me to comment. I agree with one of the comments that I've seen by Jacqueline Chishimba, who runs, I believe, I Sanitize Zambia. She said it's refreshing and insightful. And I think one of the business lessons is that preparation is important. Usually when we want to access finance, we just think about the need and request for the finance without doing the various preparation steps that Oluwasegun has highlighted. There. About one thing that stuck out to me was changing the mindset. The other thing is making sure you have the plans to work out on ourselves, that we have the competencies, the confidence to access some of this finance. And also in Ellen's presentation, definitely the personal loans for personal finance as well as for your business. So I commend Access Bank, and we'll be talking further with the bank. And I'd just like to encourage everybody to ask questions, but also we'll be sharing later a contact to put you in touch with Access Bank. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sheleshi. So let's do this. I see that we have a few questions. Sheleshi, feel free to take the floor for the questions, and then we can wrap up. Before we're in the wrapping up session, I would like for both presenters to give some tips or advice to women entrepreneurs as their final words, and then I would also wrap up and finalize the presentation before we leave. So Sheleshi, you can take the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Letitia. The first question is from Angelica Chilando. I believe she runs Angelica Skincare, which sources natural products here in Zambia to produce cosmetics. Her question is, she'd like to know more on fixed capital and capital assets. How do you access asset finance, basically? If you could just respond to that, Access Bank, thank you. And then we'll go to the next question.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. So part of the things that the W Power Loan provides is access to financing, either to support working capital or to support asset acquisition. The basic requirement, aside from you having a business plan and you showing that your business is a going concern, we expect you to be able to provide some equity. So if you're buying an equipment, we expect you to be able to bring between 20 and 30% of the equipment cost to the table, while Access Bank will help you in financing the rest. Depending on the value and your cash flows, we then advise you on the tenor that will best suit your business. So it's just basically contacting us. We'll assign a relationship manager to you. We look at your proposition and we support you in purchasing the equipment. And part of the things we do is, if it's not available locally, we are able to support you through letters of credit to import these items. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Angelica. I hope that answers your question. And if not, you can just provide more clarification at the bottom. The second question comes from Kawinda Kawesha of Bank of Zambia. The first question is the W initiative available for startups? Is the W initiative available for startups?
Okay, so I would like to clarify, when you say the W initiative, the W initiative is an embodiment of all the things that Access Bank is doing for women. So under the W initiative, we have the W community, we have this womenpreneur pitch-a-thon, we have the various types of loans. So the W initiative is basically all the various products, services, and offerings that Access Bank offers to women. So we do that both for existing women in business and for startups. Yes.
Thank you. The follow-up question is, can a startup business access maternal health services, or do you apply as an individual?
So for maternal health services is usually tied to the individual. However, if you need to access it from a business perspective, it then depends on the ownership. I believe maternal health is something that is personal. However, if you want to tie the repayment under the maternal health support scheme to your business cash flows, yes, we are able to do that for you as well.
Okay. Under the W Power Loan, the business sectors that you have listed are hospitality, business, wellness, fashion. These businesses have a lot of movable assets. Does Access Bank accept movable assets as collateral, specifically the ones that are registered under the Movable Property Security Interest Act?
Okay, that's a very interesting conversation. We are currently having discussions around accepting movable assets, depending on the category. However, if these are assets in terms of equipments, yes, this is something that Access Bank can look at taking as collateral.
Okay. Thank you. I have a follow-up question. Thank you, Kawinda, for those questions. I have follow-up questions for the Women Entrepreneur Pitch-a-thon. One is, how does one qualify for an 8 weeks campaign? And the second question was, the Women Pitch-a-thon seems like it's discriminatory and it doesn't allow us senior citizens to participate. Please clarify. So how does one participate, and how does one over the age of 40 participate in the Women Pitch-a-thon? Hello, Letitia, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. None of you
Kindly ask to please, everyone keep your mics on mute.
Okay, so I was saying for the pitch-a-thon, what you would need to do, if an individual running a business is interested, they would need to register via the registration link. So this one can be shared. Registrations are open. They opened on the 22nd of June, and they are open until the 14th of August. So we'll be taking registrations throughout this period. And then after registrations are closed, the applications will be reviewed for a period of 2 weeks. Once these applications are reviewed, then those that have qualified to go to the next stage will receive an invitation to submit a 60-second video clip talking about their business, a little bit about the history, where they intend to be, the reason why they're running this business and whatnot. So from this point onwards, those that qualify then will be shortlisted to go to the next stage. So the information regarding the various stages of the Womenpreneur Pitch-a-thon can be shared. So anyone who's interested can get in touch with me on that one. And then I believe there's also another question regarding the age.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so for this particular campaign, we are running it for women that fall within that age group. However, this does not automatically disqualify all women from accessing one service or the other from Access Bank. So any woman that's running a business can get in touch with us, tell us about their business needs, and then we'll be able to structure something for them that would help them to scale up their business operations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the clarification. I have a second question who says, my daughter is 11 and she's making lemonade and orangeade. As a mother, I am sure her project will do well in schools as it has no additives and no preservatives. Can Access Bank assist my daughter and I to grow her business?
Absolutely, and that is what we are here for. We can definitely assist and support you in growing your business as a child and as a mother. Like I initially mentioned, we have products that are specifically for kids, so we can help the mother and the child to run a business account specifically for that business. We can help you digitize that business and help you push information about that business through our various platforms. So yes, we can definitely support you, and we would like to have a conversation with you and your daughter subsequently to see how we can help you drive.
Thank you very much. The second question is, can you give a loan where it comes to buying shares? I'm interested in certain companies that have listed, different banks and financial institutions. Would you provide loans to purchase shares in other companies as Access Bank?
Okay, the goal of the W Power loan is to help women in business to start and to grow. It is not targeted for the purchase of shares at the moment. So for the W Power loan, it does not support the acquisition of shares or playing in the stock market.
Thank you for the clarification. A second question comes from SBM. It says that, how does the bank help to reorganize a business? My business is completely going into a different direction and should like to start a separate business from the current one. Because of the effect of COVID, it has been negatively affected. Therefore, what happens when you have to start from a completely when you have to diversify from your old business and repurpose it into a new business? Is Access Bank able to help with that?
So Access Bank is able to sit with you to come up with a proper business plan. We'll look at the opportunities in the market and see how we can help you ring-fence your cash flows. I think the fact that you had an existing business that was thriving is a good thing. So you're not new to business, and there are lessons you've taken out from the initial business. Now the need to reinvent your business then means there are some new things you need to drop off and things you need to embrace. At Access Bank, we can sit with you, look at your business plan, help you retweak it and reorganize it such that it becomes a proposal that is financeable. So yes, Access Bank can do that for you.
Okay, thank you. We have received a Hello. We have received a comment from Joanna, who just likes to encourage all of us to take advantage of the opportunities presented by Access Bank. It's making opportunities available for us to build and to scale our businesses. Thank you for your intervention, Joanna. A second comment is Access Bank supporting business support services, such as those in communication, mentoring, and setup of cottage industries? This comes from a company called Brandline Africa. So does Access Bank support those that are in business support services?
Yes, we support businesses that are in the service industry. We give our full support to those businesses as well.
Okay. Jacqueline, if you can just clarify if that has addressed your question. in the comment box. The next question is, again, thanks and a well done to Access Bank for tailoring products and services for women. And I have received a question saying, how widespread is Access Bank in Zambia? Is it only in Lusaka? Is it in the northern province? Where can we find Access Bank?
Okay, so Access Bank has a presence in Lusaka. We have about 5 branches in Lusaka. We are present in the Copper Belt as well. So we are in Kitwe, we're in Ndola, and we are in Solwezi. Altogether, we have about 8 Access Bank branches. However, we have increased our customer touch points through our partnership with the Zambia National Building Society, who has about 25 branches. So our customers today can walk into any ZNBS branch and be able to make deposits into their accounts. So these are some of the correspondent banking partnerships we've gone into to increase our service touch points across Zambia.
Thank you. I have a comment from Helga. Her business is called SheTrades Collections, and she makes ready-to-wear outfits for men and women. Her question is, how exactly do you attract angel investors here in Zambia? How can a business find an angel investor? Who are these people?
Thank you, Chitenge, for that interesting question. Angel investors are usually high net worth individuals who have significant liquidity and who are looking for opportunities to grow their liquidity. So angel investors are typically high net worth individuals, and for you to be able to attract angel investors to put equity into your business, like I said, you must have a business plan. I see that you're in the fashion industry. So one thing you must be able to do is sell the vision of your business. Are you just providing clothing for sale on a daily basis, or do you have a bigger picture in terms of what the goals and aspiration of your business is? Does your business have a vision? Do you have a mission? What exactly do you want to create in the Zambian market? Those are some of the things you need to have in place and put in place before you can make a pitch to angel investors. And you'll be amazed that there are various individuals out there who have liquidity, who have capital, and are looking for areas to put this business and invest in.
Thank you. I have also received a question from Elaine Sakara, who says, who speaks again to women that are producing natural and organic products. And she has also said she knows someone who has a hair moisturizing business. How can Access Bank help to grow her business? So after this call, we'll be sharing Access Bank contact details. We'll also be sharing an application form. If you're interested in joining the W initiative or even being an Access Bank customer or inquiring about their products, we'll share this information, and you can always go back to Ilan and Mr. Olishugan to understand how Access Bank can help and grow your business depending on your need. So I'll follow up on the second question from Ms. Catherine Wanawam, who has said, she understands this discussion is about women, but does Access Bank have anything for young men, particularly she has a son who is in the industry as well? Is there anything available for young men?
Okay, so if your son is in the university, we have the solo account that basically helps support young men as they go through their education and as they start their careers. So yes, we have something for the men as well.
Thank you for clarifying that. The last question is from Rachel, and her question is, do you support businesses that are in idea stage? Right now, she's doing her business plan. Her business is not yet established. Is she able to access coaching?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We will give you coaching so you can walk into any of our branches or you can get in touch with Ilan and we will provide the required coaching. We also have, like I mentioned, we have the W community. And under the W community, we have series of coaching that have been going on for the past couple of months, and there are still coachings that are ongoing. So we would like you to visit our W community, join the W community, and you would have access to a variety of learning engagements, seminars, webinars on how you can grow your business, how you can scale your business, how you can overcome challenges, how to present business proposals, how to do your cash flow management, and many other exciting topics that will help your business grow. So please, today, I'll encourage you, join the W community. There are a series of webinars that have been lined up for this week and going into the third quarter of the year. I'll encourage everybody to please participate in it.
Thank you. I would just like to add one more question.
Shileshi, we're going to take one more question and then we're going to wrap up.
Yes, okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
The women are specifically asking in terms of interest rates. What interest rates would they expect, especially when it comes to working capital and asset finance? Thank you.
So in terms of interest rate, like I said, we try and ensure that the interest rate is below what the market is offering. Depending on what we are financing and the transaction structure, the interest rates will vary, but typically is from 20 to 25%.
Per annum or per month?
Per annum.
Okay. Thank you very much for that clarification. So over to you, Letitia.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. So what I would like to let you all know is that we will be sharing the PowerPoint presentation and the video. However, before that, we will share with you a link to evaluate this webinar and also to express your interest in possible coaching. And in addition to that, we also, this is just in relation, if you have not applied to SheTrades Invest, please do apply to our project. You'll find the SheTrades Invest project on shetrades.com on the project page, because we will be building Access Bank's pipeline with our women entrepreneurs. And with that said, Ilan and Mr. Olu, do you have any last tips before we head off?
No, I'd just like to extend sincere appreciation to SheTrades for putting this together. And I want to thank everybody that has made out time to join us at this webinar. Please feel free to reach out to us. We would like to help support your business even during this unforeseen times. We would like to change the story of the women in business in Zambia and see how we can be part of your success story going forward. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Shileshi, do you have any final words?
I'll just like to thank everybody for their participation. Thank you, Access Bank, for tailoring inclusive products to women and women entrepreneurs, as well as youth. I'll just like to, our doors are open at the Zambia Development Agency. We'll also be sharing contact details of those at Access Bank. Thank you, Letitia.
Excellent. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in, and on behalf of SheTrades Invest and the SheTrades Initiative Access Bank, thank you so much for your time and for such an informative presentation. We will be in touch, and I would like to wish everyone a good rest of the day, and please do stay tuned to more of SheTrades Invest events and activities. And I would like to end this webinar. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
Thank you.